Back to school photos, they're a rite of passage, but this year put those memories in motion. My next guest has a fun way to capture kids' true personalities with a back to school video. Photographer Natalie Felt joins me to step out the details. It's so great to see you. It's been a minute.
Good to see you too.
You're already in fall photo taking mode, I understand.
Oh, it's
Look
nuts.
at you,
It's
busy.
already here.
Thanks for pushing pause long enough to acknowledge this back to school momentous occasion, because it is, and we love the still photos. We've done so many creative things over the years on how you can stage a good back to school photo, but this year you're stepping it up. We're going video.
Yes. You know, I've been looking at my phone lately and I'm noticing I have so many photos of my kids, but I'm wishing I had more videos of my kids, and not just at the sporting events, but of them talking about the things that they love right now. And so I thought, you know what, I want to make it a little bit more personal this year and do something different.
It's the everyday conversations. It's the little lisp, right? It's all of those like personality marks that hit their face when they're expressing or talking or communicating. When are you suggesting, Natalie, that we film these little videos?
So first of all, do what's best for you, right? Because for everybody, it's going to be a little bit different. For me, my girls, especially, they love to try on their back to school outfits ahead of time. And so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do it now. Then I won't be so stressed and rushed the morning of. And so when they were trying out their new outfits, then I just brought them out on the porch and did it then. So you could do it ahead of time. You could do it the morning of, you know, and just make it quick. Or, you know what, do it after school if it doesn't work in the morning. I think just fitting it in, I think, is the most important thing.
You sprinkled some questions. You threw questions at them, which drew out their personalities and also marked kind of the season, that the stage that they're in. This first question you asked deals with their future selves. Let's take a look.
Yes.
When I grow up, I want to be an explorer, maybe an author, and then Lego sets.
Probably a doctor or a normal vet.
Well, I want to be a dance teacher. When I grow up, I'm going to be a karate teacher. And I want to grow up and be a firefighter.
A firefighter. He's going to go save the world. And lots of teachers in that group, too. That was sweet to see.
Yeah. So fun. I think that the fun thing about this is, first of all, especially young kids, they're going to probably change that every year. You know, what they want to be when they grow up. And so it's all about documenting right now. You know, what do they love right now? Who are they looking up to? You know, is usually who they want to be. And so I think it's a really fun way to capture who they are right now is, you know, simple questions like that.
Yeah, it changes all of the time. I was informed that my daughter announced to her primary class that her mom now works at the post office. I didn't know this about myself. She would like to work at the post office, and apparently I'm paving the way.
Right.
We love their answers. That was at 3. All right, this next question kind of reflects on the last few months. Let's take a look.
Going to our neighborhood swimming pool and playing with my friends. I would say loads of spring sports and Splash Summit.
Probably just like going on vacation. Probably Splash Summit.
That we went swimming, and it was really fun because we went swimming in Murray.
Yeah, it's what we're all doing, right, is looking back at summer and saying what we love, and fun to hear it from their perspectives.
Yeah, for sure. I think I included this question because it's not necessarily what are you looking forward to for school, but you know, summer, that's what it's all been about the last 3 months. And so I wanted to hear from them and their own perspective. What have you loved most about the summer? You know, and it's a great way to document that looking back, because who knows 5 years from now if they'll remember what they did every summer. So it's fun to document it.
Exactly. All right, this next question, what's your favorite book? Let's see what they said.
My favorite book is Fablehaven. My favorite book is probably The Princess and the Frog.
The Wings of Fire series.
My favorite book is The Ugly Princess.
A really good book I'm reading right now is Peter and the Snow Hunters.
Oh, broad interest there, but that says a lot about who they are in their stage of reading, their stage of life.
Yeah, for sure. I love that. Books are a big deal for us at our house, and I feel like my kids are kind of in a different series every year. And so I wanted to include this just, again, to show like what they love right now, what's important to them.
I love this next question because anytime you throw out something broad or general, you're going to get a bunch of different responses. So you asked, what is your favorite thing to do?
My favorite thing to do is jump on do a backflip on the tramp. I love to do flips on the mats. Playing with my cat. Play with my sister.
Playing with dad, playing with sister, and a lot of acrobats out there on the tramp and otherwise.
For
It's
sure.
so fun to know the activities they love right now.
Just again, I mean, you know your kids and you know what they love to do, but I think it's a different, to hear it from their own perspective and their own words, it's just like takes it to a different level.
Are you stringing these together in one big clip?
Yeah, so for my own kids, yes, just like putting them in so then they can, what I'd like to do starting this year with kind of this new tradition is put them together in these little clips of each kid, and then you can go back and they can say, okay, this was first grade what I love, this is second grade.
Yes.
You know, and kind of maybe someday create a little video of all the years of school of the things that they loved each stage.
It's a struggle, I think, and it's kind of a panic of mine, like where all of these videos are going. And we interviewed a mom a couple of weeks ago who's putting them up on a family YouTube channel. I just think doing something with these videos so they're in a place where they can be viewed. We aren't pulling out the VHS recorder and popping in the tape as much as we did, obviously, when I was a kid. So it's fun to know you can access these and look back on them.
Oh, for sure.
All right, if we still want back to school photos, the traditional still photos, which I know every mom and grandma out there will be taking, any tips to make the most of them?
Yeah, for sure. Again, carrying into their personality into the photos, I think is key. You know, you're taking that cute smiley face photo on the front porch is great, but if you can find a way to include something they love, I think it's even better. And so since we already had, you know, the books out and things like that for these photos, then I let them hold, you know, if you're holding a book in your hand, first of all, it gives the kids something to do.
Yes.
It's showing what they love right now. And then also, you know, think of anything else you can include that could be simple. I'm all about keeping things simple because anytime you go all crazy, like it makes it harder. But, you know, show off their new book bag or their lunchbox, or, you know, if you've got a family cat that's already out on the porch, pick it up and snuggle it. I think just like kind of showing more of, you know, what they love is and still keeping it simple at the same time.
And we think of that formal posed photo, which is a rite of passage, but you say don't overlook the candids.
Yeah, for sure. And I think for me, an easy way to get the candids with that is to include more than one kid in the photo. So this takes a little planning, right? Because not all the kids are always ready at the same time. But when there's more than one in the photo, or maybe it's just with their friends, it's easier for them to be goofy. And I think with this, you could give them some prompts, you know, tell a silly joke, ask them to giggle, or, you know, just capture them walking to school and just after you take the formal on the porch photo, as they're walking off, don't put your camera down, just keep it out.
Keep going.
Yep.
And finally, be flexible, moms. Like you've kind of got to roll with their attitude in that moment, right? Or their personality in that particular
For sure. And if they're not having it the morning of, you know what, sometimes it's just not meant to be that day. Do it the next day, do it after school. I've had years where, you know, it was the third day of school I took the photos because that's what worked for us that year.
Still counts, still counts. Natalie, thank you so much. You have some back to school mini sessions still available. Tell us how we can schedule.
So just, if you go to my Instagram account, there'll be a link and they're just coming up on this Saturday, August 20th, and they'll be in a studio in Salt Lake with lots of colorful walls and options. And this is great because it takes the pressure off of you just taking the photo, but also, you know, if you want more of a variety than just one or two, you can come in and get a little mini session. And you can also find info on my website at nataliefeltphotography.com.
All right, we'll meet you there. Thank you so much for the inspiration, the ideas.